I just came across this post that's on Instagram. It's a thing called Boardroom, and it's the best-selling albums of the 21st century. Now, you're all starting to think, okay, what would that be? What would that be? I'll bet if you think really hard about this, you can come up with what the biggest selling record is. But what are the other 9? And I'm going to start with number 10. Number 10 is Back to Black by Amy Winehouse, which sold 16 million copies. Now, anything over 10 million sales is called a diamond record. A platinum record is 1 million sales, and a gold record is 500,000 sales, for those of you that even remember what these RIAA ratings are from the distant past. Nowadays, for a single to be platinum, it has to have 150 million streams, and to have a platinum album, you have to have 1.5 billion streams. Number 9 is Meteora by Linkin Park, which also sold 16 million records. That was mixed, actually, by Andy Wallace, who I just interviewed. If you didn't get a chance to see the interview, you should definitely check it out. That's not surprising. That's a massive record, and it continues to have streams. Some of the songs have 3 billion streams on Spotify. Coming in at number 8 is Enya's A Day Without Rain. That record was released in 2000, so it's the first one released on this list of 10. And that sold 16 million units as well. Also tied at 8 is Avril Lavigne's record, Let Go. Pretty interesting. I was kind of surprised with that. Coming in at number 7 is A Rush of Blood to the Head by Coldplay at 17 million records sold. That's Coldplay's second record. That's an incredibly good record. It has the songs In My Place, The Scientist, Clocks, God Put a Smile on My Face, and my favorite Coldplay song, amazing song, last song on the record, Amsterdam. Not only does this record have great songs all the way through, but it's incredibly good sounding. To me, it's the best produced Coldplay record, and I'm not surprised it's on this list. Album number 6 is the record Fallen by Evanescence, which came out in 2003. That had 4 singles on it. Bring Me to Life, everybody knows that one. Amazing song. Going Under, My Immortal, and Everybody's Fool. That record was produced by Dave Fortman. The song Bring Me to Life, I don't know why I've never talked about it on this channel. I love that song. It's a killer song. And Amy Lee is a phenomenal singer. Not surprised it's on this list as well. Interesting fact, Evanescence and Creed were both on Wind Up Records. Why is that interesting? Because Wind Up Records was really an indie label. Yet they had 2 of the biggest selling records of that time period. Human Clay, which came out in 1999 by Creed, sold about 12 million copies, then Evanescence did 17 million. And for an independent label, that is insane. Coming in at number 5 with 18 million units sold is Lady Gaga's The Fame Monster. That featured the singles Bad Romance, Telephone, Alejandro, and Dance in the Dark. A massively big selling record, which was one of the later ones released. We'll talk about that in a minute. That actually came out in 2009 on November 17th. Record number 4 is 25 by Adele, which came out in 2015. There's actually no record on this list that came out that recently. That's 10 years ago. Streaming was already happening by then. It's pretty amazing that this sold 23 million records. You call that double diamond. 10 million is diamond, 20 million is double diamond. That had the songs Hello, When We Were Young, Send My Love, and Water Under the Bridge on it, and is definitely the last record that will ever sell over 20 million copies. Coming in at number 3 is Come Away With Me by Norah Jones. That record was released in 2002. That featured 4 singles, Don't Know Why, Feeling the Same Way, Come Away With Me, and Turn Me On. That sold 27 million copies, which is pretty incredible. I knew it was a big record, but did not realize it was that big. The number 2 biggest selling record of the 21st century was Eminem's The Eminem Show, which also sold 27 million copies. That was released in 2002 and featured the songs Without Me, Cleaning Out My Closet, Superman, Sing for the Moment, and Business. And the biggest selling album of the 21st century was Adele's 21, that was released in 2011. That record sold 31 million copies, and it is a triple diamond record, the only one. That had 5 singles on it, Rolling in the Deep, Someone Like You, Set Fire to the Rain, Rumor Has It, and Turning Tables. Okay, what's interesting about this list? Well, 7 out of 10 of them are female artists or female-fronted bands, which are Adele, 2 of those records are Adele, Norah Jones, Lady Gaga, Amy Winehouse, Enya, Avril Lavigne, and Evanescence. Another interesting thing is that 8 of the 10 records came out between the years of 2000 and 2006. Check out this chart right here. As you can see, Enya came out in 2000, Norah Jones, Eminem, Avril Lavigne, Coldplay, Evanescence, and Linkin Park all came out in 2002, 2003, and then Amy Winehouse in 2006. The only outliers are Lady Gaga in 2009 and then Adele in both 2011 and 2015. Another interesting thing is that if you take Adele's 2 records, 21 and 25, and you add them together, that equals 54 million records sold. In streaming terms, a platinum record is 1.5 billion streams. So that would equal, in today's streaming numbers, 81 billion streams. That's insane. Just to give you a point of reference, Taylor Swift's streams on Spotify, at least, I think are around 26 billion. That actually has nothing to do with my career in the music business. By the time that I got into it, really full time in 1999, it was right in the year that the music business started to decline. Now, we didn't see record sales starting to go away until about 2005, which is when I built the studio. But budgets were already going down. There was much less money. All the A&R people were talking about that. A lot of A&R people were getting let go. A&R people are people that actually get out and sign bands and make records with the bands, and are incredibly hard to deal with, a lot of them. But I started to see it in that budgets for new bands, might have been $400,000, believe it or not, for a record in 2000. And then by 2005, you might get $75,000 for a record. And that's all in, meaning they will give you the money, you make the record, and deliver the mix as well. They started spending less and less and less money, and then by 2008, that was about it. And you see it, 2009, you have Amy Winehouse, and you have those 2 Adele records. That's it, pretty much. That's pretty much the end of physical sales in the music business. That doesn't mean that people aren't selling vinyl and things like that, but there are no 20 times platinum, 30 times platinum records that are ever going to happen again. Now, I could be wrong, but I doubt it. Leave a comment, hit subscribe. Thanks for watching.